blurp, blurp, blurp. Doing laundry today. Uploading a video. Got my new Samsung. I'll try to contact more family. So I set them up. Game plan for the spring. Trying to contact Western Montana, mental health. Trying to contact. Especially no mental health here. I'm signed up to a place that handles mostly alcohol. It's anonymous. So the general therapy is very basic. So it's nothing like back home. Everything is like backwards, or everything's probation, AANA. Pretty much, I mean, it's purgatory for someone who grew up in therapy. Group therapies, general therapies, therapy for schizophrenia, bipolar, mental health. I haven't seen anything on NAMI. I'm hoping to get some stuff together for Comic-Con. Comic-Con comes here. I'll be doing t-shirts again as soon as I can, but I need to get an office space and a cross-zoned living space so I can work building inventory on merch and memorabilia. So that's what I'm doing right now. Couldn't really get home any other way, so I had to do something functional. And my wound, as you can see, is healing pretty good. Stitches, permanent stitch scars. So it is pretty bad. It matches the old one from grade school. It's just weird, but yeah, it's been a slow recovery up until this last week. So at first it was just a concussion, but I had issues with memory and symptoms that can only identify with brain damage. So I focused on neurogenesis, like I did with schizophrenia and bipolar. I focused on the remedy. It's the only thing you can do, regardless of what it is. You don't find who the culprit is, why it happened, because you'll never find out how to fix it. Got to find out how to make it better. Find a safe place to go, change your routines, do something healthy. So my issue is I was hanging out, not hanging out, trying to get my services through the normal channels, going through the homeless shelters and stuff like that, and then once it got too violent, I go to a different one. It got violent there. So the biggest issue is malnutrition and drug use out here. I don't do drugs, but I've had tons of sleeped up issues. Haven't been able to sleep. I'm on the street, so it's dangerous. So I'm trying to find different places where it's not dangerous. It's even worse when it rains. It's like the apocalypse for some people. But yeah, it's calm right now. I'm nowhere near a gang. Don't have reason to bother me. I don't have a reason to bother them. I can only hope that they survive their drug addictions and shit, and realize that stabbings, shootings are not something to celebrate. Something to be wary of. And yeah, I'm hoping to find a space big enough to train with my martial arts teacher, Dave Mobley, and to work with Fast Cuts Productions. So I need a workspace that resembles the size of the studio at Missoula Community Access Media. At least the one that I remember, not the one they're moving into in 2020. Game plan is Missoula Community Access Media is moving to the main public library in Missoula, Montana. And yeah, so it's a few different things. I mean, it's a different culture for sure down here in New Mexico. Military involvement, security, high turnover in police force. It's basically easy to go crazy here if you don't know who you are, what you are. And there's a lot of things that can twist people here. A lot of it I identify with the connection with the moon, because the lunar poles are stronger here. You really have to know a different part of the brain. It's a different part of the brain is affected closer you get to the equator, due south of my home state. It's very strong. I mean, it's similar to the West Coast when I lived in San Diego. However, there's certain elements I've identified. The 4 directions with 4 elements. You have the Northwest has water and earth. The Southwest has the elements that affect your ability to perceive reality, fire and water. And southeast would be air and fire, and the northeast would be air and earth. So identifying those elements, identifying the descriptions and esoteric structures, philosophies, it helps a lot with identifying your surroundings, identifying what's going on with people. People just get up and start going crazy. And then they search for a drug to calm themselves down or knock themselves out. They don't know what's happening. And prevention's better. They just have to find a cure for what's causing them crazy. The full moon affects people stronger here than it does back home. At least as far as I know. I mean, I'm not from here, so I think that has a lot to do with it. I know it's stronger down here. I was hoping that Pantheon would set up a shop. They got a lot of esoteric places here, a lot of ancient wisdom. These shops, I've been buying my mugwort locally at the co-op or near the co-op, in a place called the Herb Store, and then different places around town. There's Mexican magic shops that I really like to check out and hang out at. Soon I'll have money to get the spirit waters and the voodoo dolls and stuff like that. But there's a lot. I mean, it's there's a lot of things to find here. They even have a couple of spiritual shops in the mall here. So I'll be crafting. I'll be working on stuff. I'm still working on my phone booth Psychomantium. It's gonna slash bar cabinet. It's gonna be for my house someday, but it's slow. I'm moving it. I'm making it very slowly. So I worked on some masks. One I found the clown mask I found on the ground, 4 o'clock in the morning. The way it was displayed, it was a crime scene. Someone got arrested that was left behind. Alarms were going off yesterday, so it's not my business. But the best of the best are here. The worst of the worst are here. And I think that's the way this place has been designed. So the south would be Michael the Archangel. So fire element. It's definitely, I know, knowing angelology and the descriptions of angels, my guardian angel is Gabriel of the East. So